Welcome back to our channel Pocket Change Coin enthusiasts. Today, we're diving into a coin that's not only iconic but could be worth much more than you might think. I'm talking about the 1974 Roosevelt dime. This coin, part of the legendary Roosevelt dime series, holds a fascinating place in U.S. coinage history. While most people think of a dime as just a 10-cent coin, the 1974 Roosevelt dime has garnered significant attention among collectors, and today we're going to find out exactly why it's more than just pocket change. Stick around to learn how this small coin could actually be worth a lot of money. Let's start with a little bit of history. The Roosevelt dime was first minted in 1946, just after the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, the 32nd President of the United States. Roosevelt was known for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II, and the coin was introduced to honor his legacy. On the front of the coin, you'll find a striking image of Roosevelt himself, designed by artist John R. Sinek. On the reverse side, there's a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, symbols representing liberty, peace, and strength. This design has remained largely unchanged since the coin was first introduced. Now, fast forward to 1974, and we're still seeing these beautiful dimes being produced, but not all of them are the same. The 1974 Roosevelt dime is a piece of U.S. history that stands out for a number of reasons. Like many coins from the 1970s, the 1974 Roosevelt dime reflects a period of change and transition. The country was dealing with inflation, economic shifts, and an evolving world, and yet this coin continued to serve as a reminder of both past strength and current challenges. The dime itself continued to be a workhorse of the U.S. currency system, circulating widely across the country. But what really makes the 1974 Roosevelt dime special? The answer lies in rarity and condition. Most of these coins were produced in huge quantities, as is the case with many modern coins. The U.S. Mint made millions of them for circulation. However, as with many other coins, the condition they were in when they were minted plays a major role in their current value. The 1974 Roosevelt dime, like most coins, was subject to heavy circulation. Over the years, it was used in daily transactions, and as a result, many of these coins became worn down, scratched, and damaged. A coin that has seen a lot of wear and tear may only be worth a small fraction of its original value. But here's the exciting part: finding a 1974 Roosevelt dime in exceptional condition is quite rare, and when you do, it can fetch quite a bit on the market. When collectors are looking for coins, one of the main factors they consider is the coin's grade. Coins that are in mint state or uncirculated condition are highly sought after because they show no signs of wear, and the details are crisp and clear. An uncirculated 1974 Roosevelt dime will have sharp, well-defined features, with a clean surface free of any scratches or damage. These coins are much harder to find because most of the 1974 dimes that were released into circulation have experienced some level of wear. In addition to condition, another factor that affects the value of the 1974 Roosevelt dime is any potential minting errors. Sometimes, due to mistakes in the minting process, coins can have unique characteristics that make them much more valuable. For example, a 1974 dime with a double die error, where the design is imprinted twice, or an off-center strike, where the coin is not aligned properly during production, can be worth a lot more than a standard issue coin. These errors make a coin stand out, and they're highly desirable to collectors who are searching for rare and unique pieces. Now, let's talk about the most exciting part: how much could a 1974 Roosevelt dime actually be worth? While most 1974 dimes are worth only a few cents, coins that are in uncirculated condition or that have rare minting errors can command much higher prices. In fact, if you happen to have a 1974 Roosevelt dime that is in pristine, uncirculated condition or features a minting error, it could be worth a whopping $55,000. Yes, you read that right, $55,000 for a single 1974 Roosevelt dime. That's an incredible value for a coin that many people would overlook as just another dime. But as collectors know, the condition of the coin, its rarity, and any unique features it might have are what make it truly valuable. So, the next time you're going through your change jar or rummaging through your collection, make sure to take a close look at any 1974 Roosevelt dimes you come across. If it's in great shape or happens to have a rare error, you might just be holding onto a small fortune. Today's video is for you. We're diving into a coin that might look small, but could actually have a huge value, the 1965 Roosevelt dime. Now, you might think, it's just a dime, but trust me, this particular coin has some serious worth, especially if you know what to look for. Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much a simple 1965 Roosevelt dime can actually be worth. The Roosevelt dime series is a beloved part of U.S. coinage. First introduced in 1946, it was designed to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away just a year earlier. The image of Roosevelt's profile graces the front, designed by artist John R. Sinek, while the back features a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbolizing peace and strength. The 1965 Roosevelt dime, just like the rest in this series, was issued as a standard 10-cent coin. But there's more to this little dime than meets the eye. Let's take a moment to set the scene of 1965. It was a year of immense change and turbulence in America. The country was at the height of the civil rights movement, and the Vietnam War was ramping up. On the economic front, the United States was dealing with inflation, and in response to rising costs and the need for more durable coins, the U.S. Mint made a huge decision in 1965. Prior to that year, dimes were made of 90% silver. But with silver becoming more expensive, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition for the dime, which marked a major shift in American coinage. Now, this is where the story of the 1965 Roosevelt dime gets really interesting. Since this was the first year of the new composition, the 1965 dime was produced in vast quantities. However, what really makes this coin stand out today is the condition in which it survived. Like most coins, many of the 1965 dimes circulated extensively, enduring wear and tear as they passed through countless hands. Over time, coins like these lose their original shine and sharp details, making it difficult to find one in pristine condition. But here's the exciting part: collectors are always on the lookout for coins that are in excellent condition. A 1965 Roosevelt dime that is in mint state, with no visible wear, scratches, or marks, is an extremely rare find. If you're lucky enough to come across one of these coins in exceptional condition, you might be holding onto a piece of history that's far more valuable than you ever imagined. And it's not just the condition that determines the value of a 1965 Roosevelt dime. Like many other coins, certain errors and unique features can dramatically increase the worth of a coin. Minting errors, which happen during the production process, can make a coin highly desirable to collectors. For example, if a 1965 dime has been struck with double dies, causing the image to appear slightly doubled or misaligned, it can be worth significantly more. Similarly, coins that were struck off-center or had other rare errors could be valued much higher than a standard issue coin. Now, let's talk about what you've all been waiting for: just how much is a 1965 Roosevelt dime worth? Most of the 1965 dimes are worth only their face value of 10 cents. However, the ones in mint condition or those with rare minting errors can be worth a pretty penny, in some cases, literally. For example, if you find a 1965 Roosevelt dime in perfect condition, or one that features a rare minting error, you could be looking at a coin worth $67,000. Yes, you heard me right, $67,000 for a single 1965 Roosevelt dime. It's truly amazing to think that a coin that most people would overlook or pass by could actually have a value like that. Whether it's an error coin or one that has survived in pristine condition, the 1965 Roosevelt dime is a great example of how a seemingly simple piece of currency can hold tremendous value for the right collector. So, the next time you're checking your spare change or flipping through a coin collection, take a closer look at those dimes. You could be holding onto something worth far more than 10 cents. If you find a 1965 Roosevelt dime in excellent condition, or one with a minting error, you might just be in for a huge windfall. Today, we're diving deep into a small but mighty piece of American history, the 1967 Roosevelt dime. Now, many of us have come across this dime in our change, but what if I told you that this seemingly ordinary coin could actually be worth thousands of dollars? Stick around, because by the end of this video, you'll be amazed at how much a 1967 Roosevelt dime can really be worth. Let's start by exploring the iconic Roosevelt dime itself. The Roosevelt dime was first introduced in 1946, following the death of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the country through the Great Depression and World War II. The coin was designed by John R. Sinnock, the chief engraver of the U.S. Mint at the time. The front of the coin features a profile of President Roosevelt, while the reverse side depicts a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of peace, unity, and strength. Now, let's fast forward to 1967. This was a pivotal year in American history. The country was in the midst of social and political upheaval, the Vietnam War was escalating, and the civil rights movement was gaining momentum. On the economic front, 1967 saw inflation beginning to take its toll, and that's where the U.S. Mint made an important decision that would impact the coin's composition. Up until 1964, dimes were made from 90% silver, but starting in 1965, the U.S. Mint switched to a copper-nickel-clad composition due to the rising price of silver. As a result, 1967 Roosevelt dimes are made from a copper-nickel alloy, which is much more common than their silver counterparts. However, just because the 1967 Roosevelt dime was produced in high numbers and is made from a more common material, that doesn't mean it's not valuable. In fact, there are certain 1967 dimes that are worth far more than their face value of 10 cents. So, what makes these particular dimes so valuable? The answer lies in two key factors: rarity and condition. First, let's talk about rarity. While millions of 1967 Roosevelt dimes were minted, many of them were circulated extensively and are now in poor condition. Over time, coins that pass through many hands tend to accumulate scratches, dents, and other signs of wear and tear. However, there's always a select few that survive in pristine condition, untouched by the harsh realities of circulation. These well-preserved coins are rare and highly sought after by collectors. For example, if you manage to find a 1967 Roosevelt dime that is still in mint condition, with no scratches or signs of wear, it will undoubtedly be worth more than its standard counterpart. But there's even more. Certain minting errors can cause a 1967 dime to be worth much more than you'd expect. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production process. For instance, a dime might have been struck off-center, resulting in a coin that looks unusual but is incredibly rare. Other errors might include doubling of the design elements or a misaligned die. These mistakes are often highly desirable to collectors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces. So, if you come across a 1967 Roosevelt dime with any sort of minting error, you could be holding onto something that is not just rare, but extremely valuable. Now, let's get to the part you've all been waiting for: how much can a 1967 Roosevelt dime actually be worth? If you find one of these dimes in mint condition or with a rare minting error, you could be in for a real treat. In fact, a well-preserved 1967 Roosevelt dime could be worth a jaw-dropping $63,000. Yes, you heard that right, $63,000 for a single dime. It's hard to believe that something so small could be worth such a massive amount, but that's the incredible power of rare and well-preserved coins in the world of numismatics. So, next time you're going through your spare change or searching through a coin collection, make sure to take a closer look at your 1967 Roosevelt dimes. If you're lucky enough to find one in excellent condition or with a rare minting error, you might be sitting on a small fortune. Before we wrap up, I just want to remind you that coin collecting can be a rewarding hobby, but it's all about patience and persistence. If you've enjoyed this video and want to learn more about rare coins and their value, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any exciting discoveries. Today, we have something truly fascinating to explore: the 1980 Roosevelt dime. Now, at first glance, this might seem like just another dime from the 1980s, but what if I told you that it could actually be worth thousands of dollars? Yes, you heard that right. Stick with me, and I'll show you why the 1980 Roosevelt dime is a coin that might just surprise you when it comes to its value. The Roosevelt dime, first introduced in 1946, was designed to honor President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. As the 32nd President of the United States, Roosevelt played a crucial role in guiding the country through the Great Depression and World War II. The dime's design, created by John R. Sinek, features a profile of Roosevelt on the obverse, the front, while the reverse, the back, showcases a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of freedom, peace, and strength. Now, you might wonder, what makes the 1980 Roosevelt dime so special? While millions of dimes were minted in 1980, it's the condition, rarity, and potential minting errors that can turn this seemingly ordinary coin into a valuable collector's item. Let's start by talking about the general circulation of the 1980 Roosevelt dime. Back in 1980, the U.S. Mint produced millions of these dimes to keep up with the demand for coinage. At the time, the country was experiencing an economic boom, and inflation was on the rise. While these dimes were widely used in daily transactions, many of them became worn, scratched, or damaged over time. As a result, finding one in pristine condition, a coin that has been kept well preserved and free from the usual wear and tear, is a real treasure. When it comes to coins, condition is everything. Coins that remain in mint or near mint condition are far rarer and more valuable than those that have been circulated extensively. For example, a 1980 Roosevelt dime that has been well taken care of, showing little to no signs of wear, could be worth significantly more than the average dime you might come across. But that's just the beginning. Some 1980 dimes are even more valuable because they feature minting errors. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the coin's production process, resulting in a flaw that makes the coin unique. For instance, a 1980 Roosevelt dime could have been struck with an off-center design, leading to a misaligned image. Alternatively, you might find a dime with a double die, where parts of the design appear to be duplicated due to a mistake during the striking process. These errors are rare and highly sought after by collectors because they are one-of-a-kind pieces, and here's where things get really interesting. A 1980 Roosevelt dime with one of these minting errors can easily fetch a higher price. These coins are considered highly desirable to collectors, as they are not only rare but also a glimpse into the history of the U.S. Mint and the fascinating process behind coin production. Now, you're probably wondering, how much can a 1980 Roosevelt dime be worth? If you happen to find a 1980 dime in perfect, uncirculated condition or with a minting error, you could be holding onto something truly valuable. In fact, a 1980 Roosevelt dime in top-notch condition, especially one with a unique error, could be worth as much as $55,000. Yes, you read that correctly, $55,000 for a single dime. It's mind-blowing to think that such a small, everyday coin could have such a high price tag, but that's the magic of coin collecting. The rarer the coin and the better its condition, the more valuable it becomes. So, next time you're going through your change or scanning through your coin collection, keep an eye out for any 1980 Roosevelt dimes. If you find one that's in excellent condition or perhaps even sporting a minting error, you could be looking at a small fortune. Who knows? That simple dime you have sitting in your drawer might be worth far more than you ever imagined. If you enjoyed this video and want to keep learning more about rare and valuable coins, be sure to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss out on any future discoveries. Coin collecting is full of surprises, and with a little knowledge and a lot of patience, you could uncover something truly valuable. Today, we have a real treat for you. We're diving deep into the fascinating world of the 1987 Roosevelt dime. Now, most of us are familiar with dimes. They're small, everyday coins, often overlooked in our pockets or change jars. But did you know that a 1987 Roosevelt dime could be worth a small fortune? In this video, we'll explore why this seemingly ordinary dime could be worth thousands of dollars. Stick around until the end, because you won't believe just how much it could be worth. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946 and is a tribute to the 32nd President of the United States, Franklin D. Roosevelt, who passed away in 1945. The coin's design, created by John R. Sinek, features a profile of Roosevelt on the obverse, or front side, while the reverse shows a torch, an olive branch, and an oak branch, symbols of freedom, peace, and strength. This design is not only iconic but also represents a deep sense of American history and values. Now, you might be thinking, it's just another dime, right? Well, not exactly. The 1987 Roosevelt dime is part of a long series of coins, but what sets it apart is its potential value. While the U.S. Mint produced millions of these dimes during the year, very few of them are still in pristine, uncirculated condition today. As with any coin, the value is highly dependent on the condition it's in, and that's where collectors get excited. The 1987 Roosevelt dime was widely circulated in the 1980s, and as with most coins that were used in everyday transactions, many of them have suffered wear and tear. You'll find that most of these coins are scratched, worn down, or even discolored due to years of use. However, if you manage to find a 1987 dime that has been carefully preserved or stored in excellent condition, you could have something very special on your hands. Coins in mint or near mint condition are always more valuable than those that have been heavily circulated. A dime that shows little to no signs of wear, with sharp details and a clean, lustrous appearance, is a highly coveted find among collectors. These coins are rare, and finding one in this condition can be quite a challenge. But there's more to the story. Aside from just being in great condition, some 1987 Roosevelt dimes feature rare minting errors. These minting errors can occur during the coin production process, when something goes wrong at the U.S. Mint. These mistakes might include issues like off-center strikes, double dies, or die cracks. A minting error adds a unique quality to the coin, making it a one-of-a-kind piece. And as you might expect, coins with minting errors are often worth significantly more than their standard counterparts. For example, a 1987 Roosevelt dime with a double die, where part of the design is duplicated due to a mistake during striking, can dramatically increase in value. These types of coins are highly sought after because they are unique and offer a glimpse into the fascinating world of coin production errors. If you come across a 1987 Roosevelt dime with a minting error, you may just have a very rare and valuable piece on your hands. So, how much can a 1987 Roosevelt dime be worth? If you've got one that's in pristine, uncirculated condition or features a rare minting error, it could be worth a lot more than face value. Believe it or not, the value of a 1987 Roosevelt dime can go up to an incredible $53,000. Yes, you heard that right, $53,000 for a single dime. It's hard to believe that such a small, everyday coin could carry such a big price tag, but in the world of coin collecting, rare and well-preserved pieces are worth a premium. So, next time you're digging through your change or going through your coin collection, keep an eye out for any 1987 Roosevelt dimes. If you find one that's in excellent condition or has a minting error, you could be holding onto a valuable piece of American history, and you might just be sitting on a small fortune. That's all for today's video. I hope you found this information helpful and exciting. Coin collecting is an amazing hobby, and sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins can turn out to be worth more than you ever imagined. Today, we've got an exciting topic that will definitely pique your interest: the 1977 Roosevelt dime. You might be thinking, it's just another dime, right? Well, you couldn't be more wrong. In fact, the 1977 Roosevelt dime has been making waves in the coin collecting world, and if you happen to come across one in great condition, you could be sitting on a fortune. Stick around to find out why this humble dime from the 1970s could be worth thousands. The Roosevelt dime has been in circulation since 1946 and is one of the most recognizable coins in the U.S. The coin features a portrait of President Franklin D. Roosevelt, a figure widely admired for his leadership during the Great Depression and World War II. On the reverse, you'll find a simple yet powerful design, a torch flanked by an olive branch and an oak branch, symbols representing liberty, peace, and strength. But beyond its symbolism and historical significance, the value of this dime largely depends on its rarity and condition. Now, let's talk about the 1977 Roosevelt dime specifically. In terms of design, the 1977 dime doesn't differ much from the earlier ones in the series, but that doesn't mean it isn't special. Most of the 1977 dimes were produced by the U.S. Mint in large quantities, and they were circulated widely, so finding one that's in perfect, uncirculated condition is quite rare. Coins that have been heavily used in everyday transactions often show signs of wear and tear, like scratches, discoloration, and dullness. But if you happen to find a 1977 Roosevelt dime that's been preserved in near mint or uncirculated condition, you could be looking at a valuable piece of history. What makes the 1977 Roosevelt dime particularly interesting for collectors is that, while many of them are easy to come by, certain ones stand out due to their unique characteristics. These can include coins that have been preserved in perfect condition or those with rare minting errors. Minting errors occur when something goes wrong during the coin production process, leading to a slight variation from the intended design. These errors can include double strikes, off-center strikes, or die cracks. Such coins are considered highly desirable because they're one of a kind and provide a glimpse into the fascinating world of coin production. Imagine holding a 1977 Roosevelt dime that was struck with a double die, where part of the design is duplicated because of a flaw in the minting process. This type of error makes the coin even more valuable to collectors who are always on the lookout for such unique items. While most dimes from 1977 are still worth only their face value of 10 cents, those with errors or in pristine condition can fetch an impressive price on the market. So, what makes the 1977 Roosevelt dime worth so much? The key factors are its condition and rarity. Coins that have been well preserved, stored carefully, or remain in mint condition are highly sought after in the world of coin collecting. A dime that has been passed through many hands, getting scratched, dinged, and worn out, will typically only be worth a few cents. However, an uncirculated 1977 Roosevelt dime, or one with an interesting minting error, could be worth much more. If you've got a 1977 Roosevelt dime in your collection or in your pocket change, you might want to take a closer look. The rare, well-preserved coins could be worth much more than their face value. In fact, if your 1977 Roosevelt dime is in pristine condition or features a rare minting error, it could be worth as much as $66,000. Yes, you heard that right, $66,000 for a single dime. That's a truly mind-blowing figure for a coin that's so small and seemingly ordinary. So, the next time you're going through your spare change or looking through your coin collection, keep your eyes peeled for the 1977 Roosevelt dime. If you happen to find one in excellent condition or with a minting error, you could be holding onto a rare treasure. Who knew that something so small could be worth so much? That's all for today's video. I hope this has inspired you to take a closer look at your coins and start searching for hidden gems in your collection. Coin collecting is an exciting hobby, and sometimes the most ordinary-looking coins can turn out to be worth thousands. Today, we're diving into a coin that may seem simple at first glance but actually has a very intriguing story and value, the 2001 Roosevelt dime. That's right, this small dime could be worth a lot more than you think, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why it's worth checking your spare change. The Roosevelt dime has been a staple in American currency since its introduction in 1946. The coin honors President Franklin D. Roosevelt, who led the nation through the Great Depression and World War II. On the obverse side, you'll find Roosevelt's image, and on the reverse, you'll see a torch, olive branch, and oak branch, representing liberty, peace, and strength. It's a timeless design that holds significant meaning and has stood the test of time. Now, let's focus on the 2001 Roosevelt dime. You might be wondering, what makes this particular coin stand out? After all, it was minted quite recently in the world of coin collecting, and it doesn't look too different from dimes made before it. But that's where things get interesting. While most 2001 dimes aren't worth more than their face value, certain key factors can make a single coin extremely valuable. What's the catch? It's all about rarity and condition. First off, you need to know that the 2001 Roosevelt dime was produced in large quantities. Over 1 billion of these coins were minted. So, finding one in average, circulated condition is pretty easy, and it's likely only worth its face value of 10 cents. However, here's where things get exciting. When it comes to coin collecting, the condition of the coin can drastically change its value. Coins that are well preserved, free from scratches, discoloration, or wear, are highly sought after by collectors. An uncirculated 2001 Roosevelt dime, which has been kept in perfect condition, can command a much higher price, but that's not all. In addition to condition, certain errors or unique features can also increase a coin's value significantly. Minting errors happen when something goes wrong during the production of a coin, resulting in a coin that's slightly different from what was intended. These errors can range from minor imperfections to major mistakes that create one-of-a-kind coins. For example, a 2001 Roosevelt dime with a double die, where the design is struck twice, can be worth a lot more than the standard issue. Collectors love these types of coins because they're rare and they offer a glimpse into the fascinating process of coin production. If you find a 2001 Roosevelt dime with an error like this, it could end up being a true gem in your collection. The more unusual or striking the error, the higher the value of the coin. Another thing to consider is that certain years of coins hold more value than others, and 2001 happens to be one of those years. While most 2001 dimes are worth around 10 cents, the rare ones can fetch an impressive price. Coins from certain years can become more valuable over time as fewer of them remain in good condition or as their rarity becomes more recognized by collectors. So, why are collectors so interested in this seemingly regular dime from 2001? The answer lies in the combination of the coin's production history, its potential rarity, and its appeal to those looking to complete their Roosevelt dime collections. Coins from specific years, like the 2001 version, can be much more valuable due to the overall demand among collectors who are searching for a particular coin in pristine condition or with a unique characteristic. Now for the big reveal. How much could this 2001 Roosevelt dime be worth? Well, if you happen to have an uncirculated coin or one with a minting error, the value can be shocking. A 2001 Roosevelt dime in perfect condition or with a rare minting error could be worth as much as $44,000. Yes, you read that right, $44,000. For a dime that was minted only a couple of decades ago, that's an astonishing amount of money. So, next time you come across a 2001 Roosevelt dime, make sure to take a closer look. If it's in excellent condition or has a rare error, you might just be holding onto a coin that could bring in thousands of dollars. It's always worth checking the condition of your coins because you never know what hidden treasure might be sitting in your pocket or coin jar. That wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed learning about the 2001 Roosevelt dime and why it's so valuable. Don't forget to check your own collections and keep your eyes peeled for those rare finds. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you don't miss out on more fascinating coin discoveries. Thanks for watching, and happy collecting!